Hi guys, it's MachtiSonni again for CardRunners. Welcome to my replayer video. Last time we went through some post-flop spots, and this is going to be more classical, like sick ICM things and push-fold spots and so on and so on. So without further ado, let's get it on. First hand is a spot where I do choose a very non-standard line. It folds to me on the button, and I have 9 deuce suited, which is obviously the nuts. So there's no way I'm going to fold this. Well, no. Of course, I'm going to fold this very often, but I did view the blinds as very tight, so I thought that okay, I can go as sick as min raise here with the intention of folding, because even if these guys raise over me, my hand is so weak that their ranges are going to be strong. It's going to be something like top 15% their ranges. And I just cannot call, even if I have a suited 9 high, and even if I'm getting really good odds. It's not a big mistake to call, but it is a mistake to call. So if you want to optimize, you can min raise fold. And however, the reason I marked this was that the small blind flats, which is like but it's not the worst thing in the world, since people always say that you have to play push fold because there's no sort of play left for post flop at these stack sizes, but that's bullshit. As long as people have a fold to seat betting frequency, which is somewhat high. I mean, come on, just look at it. I have a pot size bet left. Like, how does he call me if he completely whiffed the board? Obviously, this is not the best board in the world to do this with, but it's a king-queen board, so certainly the king and the queen hit his range quite often. So this is perhaps not the best spot in the world to do this, but I just wanted to demonstrate that hey, this works, and people do fold even if you're short, and there's certainly post-flop play left even at effectively 7 big blinds deep. So I'm not going to waste any more time with this, but it is a non-standard spot and a non-standard line that I took, but it did work out, and this is not the only time this worked out, certainly not. Your c-bet success is going to be slightly lower when you're shorter, but it's not significantly lower, and it's not low enough for this to be unprofitable by any means. Next hand, we have a sick ICM spot. And we have 10-8 offsuit. This is an 18 man, $15 or $30 probably. And we're facing a very, very, very tough situation where we're one of the 2 micro stacks. And unfortunately, this guy folds. And of course, MJ Box is going to shove any 2 here, and he should. So this is a snap call, right? Because there's no way we're folding less than 2 big blinds on the big blind, right? Well, it's not as obvious as it might seem because of ICM and because of the next hand. In the next hand, the other micro stack is going to be forced all in while you still have him covered, and that is one key factor. Because if he's forced all in, but you're forced all in as well, and you don't have him covered, it sucks for you, because then you're in a situation where you have to beat both of the players you're going to have to win the hand in order to survive. But in the next hand, we can assume at least one of these guys to enter the pot with some sort of a hand, because it's so cheap, and we're both going to be on any 2. But it's fine as long as either I win or the other guy wins. As long as this guy loses, I make the money. So I just went ahead. I remember this spot. It was fairly recent, actually. So I do remember this spot, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna fold, and I'm actually gonna analyze this whether I can call here with 10-8 suited, and I'm going to simulate the next hand as well with sit-n-go solver. So I go ahead and fold. So let's actually see how this hand works out in sit-n-go solver. And sit-n-go solver I've been using in other videos as well. It's this neat little tool that gives you the opportunity to simulate the next hand, actually the next 3 hands if you want. So here we just pasted the hand history, and now I'm only going to simulate one hand after this. So the way sit-n-go solver works is that it gives you an equilibrium for the hand itself, like it solves the Nash equilibrium of the hand in a vacuum, as well as it models all the possible outcomes of this hand for the next hand. Like it's also going to take the next following hand into account for this equilibrium, and it's going to Nash model those hands as well. So basically, this